That's right. Run!
Hey everyone, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Well, it's Saturday, May 1st, and we're finally back out here at the off-grid property. We haven't been out camping since last fall, and we did make a quick day trip out during a warm spell in January. But finally back out here for the weekend. Brought the Jeep here. Crawled up in here. I'm gonna walk up and see how the shelter is faring. I'm just amazed that it's lasted this long. I figured it'd be basically a 1-year use, and then we'd have to do something else, but it's been lasting, so not really in a rush to build anything else. May build a cabin one day, but not sure. Always watching the markets for a larger parcel as well, so hate to dump too much money in this if something bigger does become available. But so far it's looking exceptional, especially for the way we constructed this. I mean, the house wrap is stapled from the inside out, and just yesterday we had wind gusts of 60 miles an hour. Not to mention all the snows over the past, I guess it's been up 3 winters now. And even this winter we had one snowstorm that was real wet, heavy snow. 18 inches or 2 feet, so a lot of weight. And it's just amazing. I guess the A-frame design is key to the whole thing, because any other style setup and this thing would have collapsed long ago. Especially, like I said, with the staples being on the inside. I mean, wow, the lock still works. We did have a few of those rust up over the years. And leaves like to gather right here at the door, which I guess is a good thing. Keeps stuff from trying to dig under. But it's gonna be the first opening since last fall, which you'd have to go back to the playlist and see when that was, but months, probably close half a year at this point. Looks like a few leaves somehow did get in here, maybe under the door. And the broom's knocked over, but that probably was from the wind. Like I just said, 60 mile an hour gusts, and we've had several of those storms, so I can only imagine. But the house wrap is still exceptional, and these staples are still not even rusting hardly. A few have slight rust starting, but they're still shiny. Like you can see that one there, it's all still shiny. But just the humidity and everything, I figured they'd been long rusted off and this whole thing actually collapsed. But August, I believe, will be 3 years. I'd have to check the playlist to be certain, but I am pretty sure we already had it 2 years. So August, I think, should mark the 3-year point, which is just, like I said, everything is just stapled. And it has been just holding up amazing. The bed still looks great. Looks like there's a little moisture there, but that could just be from condensation too, because not even a week ago we had snow flurries and freezing temperatures. 20 couple, I think 28 to one night, frost, and now today and tomorrow we're at 80. So the weather has just been nuts, but overall everything is looking great. Most of the leaves are still there. The top always seems to lose its leaves a little, but it's probably just from the wind and settling. Everything just ends up coming down here to the bottom. Does look like this one pole here snapped. So I'm sure this shelter won't be lasting too much longer, because this was all, most of this wood was just dead stuff that we used anyways, because I didn't want to cut any live trees down. I'm gonna get to unloading the stuff here and getting camp set up. We're already getting a late start. It's after 3 here on Saturday. We had stuff to do at home before coming, and last night was 60-mile-an-hour wind, so we didn't want to come then. So it's going to be a shorter trip. I don't know how much filming I'll do, but anyways, just wanted to give you an update here at camp. See if this thing was even still standing. It is, and everything's solid pretty well on it. For the very little structure part of it, it handles wind and snow load exceptional. Alright, well, I'm gonna get the unpacking here, get our chairs out, set up, and get the weekend started. Alright guys, well, we got everything unpacked and set up, and we've been relaxing here. It's a little after 8, so won't be long and it'll be getting dark. Got our air mattress all pumped up. Just have to unroll our blankets and stuff later tonight. Just got done making coffee here on the stove. This is so nice. You don't have to always cook everything over the fire like we did the first few trips before we had this. We also used it in our cargo van stealth camper trip to Ocean City. If you haven't seen that video, might want to check it out. It was pretty cool. It was July 4th weekend. Motels were pretty well all booked up, and the few that were left were $350 on up per night. So we built out the cargo van in 10 minutes and saved $1,000 in motel bills for the holiday weekend. There goes Zoe. But the wind died completely off. Like I said earlier in the video, yesterday we had 60-mile-an-hour gusts. and it was 10 to 15 today, and then just before dusk here it was supposed to drop to 0 to 2 mile an hour, so it'll be a nice calm evening. There's just no breeze at all right now. May get a little chilly. I think we're down to the 40s tonight. But then tomorrow, 80, 82 degrees, I believe. So it'll be definitely warm. Don't think we're going to have a fire tonight. We may start one, but I don't know. We don't really need it for cooking or anything. And in case the wind does kick up, I don't think we'll bother this evening. And we can do breakfast here on the stove as well. Makes it real nice. So much faster than cooking over the fire, and you can regulate the temperature a whole lot better. So that's definitely a huge plus. Yo. Alright guys, well, not sure what else we'll get into here. Like I said, only a few more minutes of daylight, and then we'll just relax for the evening. May start a small fire, I'm not sure, like I said. We'll see. Plenty of wood. Got all the starting kindling there. And then a rank there, as well as everything in the woodshed over there that stays out of the weather, so it's for sure dry. But the rest of this is dry enough now too that it would easily burn. I like to always have some under roof, that way if you get here after a rain you can be sure to have wood to get a fire going. Especially when we used it for everything, cooking and everything. Now it's not quite as crucial. What do you see, Zoe? Alright guys, well, I'll probably catch you in the morning. But until then, I'm gonna sit back and relax, have my coffee, and enjoy the last bit of light. Messy. Mess. Psst, 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 psst. Boo boo. Well, good morning guys. Just waking up here Sunday morning. Dogs are still over there sleeping. As you can hear, the wind is back. Thought it was supposed to be a pretty nice day, but the wind's up to 20 mile an hour already, and supposed to only increase until about 3 this afternoon. So definitely won't be any fire this morning either. So we'll cook breakfast here on the stove. Zoe, I can see you peeking. There's Missy. But the wind is just nuts. Alright guys, gonna climb out and get some breakfast going. Alright guys, so the water's boiling. So it's ready to make some coffee. Probably make some hot oatmeal as well. Be a pretty nice day if it wasn't for the wind. Pretty clear. Alright, gotta get this water off the stove. Alright guys, got some peach oatmeal made up here and my thermos of coffee. So we're gonna get this day started. Hopefully this wind dies down before too long. But this should be cool enough to eat now, so. Alright guys. Well, we got everything loaded up. It was a pretty quick trip this weekend. Especially since we got a late start, but I'm gonna close her up. Got everything out. Mattress back in the tote. Wind is still crazy. But if it wouldn't be for the wind, it would be crazy hot. Even with the wind. It's very warm if you do any amount of work. Even just sitting in the sun. Mid-80s today. But I'm gonna close this up. Alright, that's all locked up. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching this little update video here of the off-grid shelter. Like I said, this August will mark 3 years that it's been up, and it is nearing the end of its usable span, so not sure what'll be coming next. If we'll start building a cabin or do something else small, just temporary to get us by. It's extremely remote out here and access is extremely limited. Actually had an excavator stop by today just to look at a possible job of dozing in a road, but without some major ground moving, getting any substantial building supplies in here is impossible. And if we do build a full-fledged large cabin, it's going to be up top there overlooking the whole valley on that peak there of the rock pile. So that's where we would build it if we build it, which will allow some great views of the valley. But like I said, we'll see. I may end up just tearing this down and getting some sort of temporary shed or something, which after the fact we can use for wood and stuff like that. So maybe like an 8x8 lifetime shed or something like that. Plastic, all resin. You can haul it in here, easy construction. The square footage of the floor would be small, so you wouldn't need any super long lumber or anything that would make it hard to get in, but we'll see. I hate to dump too much money in something small again to end up building a cabin up top there, but that would be thousands of dollars. And like I said, without some major road access and excavation, it wouldn't even be possible at this point. I would say this will be probably the last summer unless we just redo some of the boards. Like I showed earlier, some of them were starting to snap, probably from the snow load. which I did end up scabbing them all in. So you can see this piece of 2x3 here. I scabbed that all in, so everything's all nice and tidied back up as far as that. But with the leaf roof like this, it holds moisture, and like I said, most of the wood that we used, if not all of it, was already dead because I didn't want to cut live trees to build this. So it only lasts so long. Like I said, I was expecting maybe to get a year out of it, and August will mark the 3-year point. I did look it up last evening. So extremely happy. Probably total cost in this was less than $100. A couple door latches, hinges, a roll of house wrap, which was probably the most expensive thing on the whole thing, and a few screws and bolts to lag into the trees there, and a few screws for the other structure part of it. But next to no cost. House wrap was definitely the most, because that stuff's not cheap. But keeping it covered up, it has lasted very well. It's not brittle at all. It's not tearing. If that would just have been left out to the sun, it wouldn't even have lasted probably 6-8 months. Alright guys, well, like I said, stay tuned. I'm not sure what projects we'll get into out here this summer. Like I said, today is May 2nd, so we'll see once if we get into a project over the summer here. But stay tuned. There'll be many more videos coming, I'm sure, as well as the usual cruise and other travel videos. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to keep these videos coming. You can also follow me on Facebook. The link is in the description below.